Okay, I just found the reason this SpongeBob is superior to all other SpongeBobs. Blows Super 7 out of the water, regardless of whatever else I say in this video. Are you ready, kids? I can't hear you. It's a tale of two SpongeBobs. You got Super 7 and you got Nendoroid. So what's the deal here? These both run $55 when they're brand new. This guy's pretty old, this guy's kind of old, but I'm just now getting to this review, even though I've had this one for a while. Now with the Super 7 stuff, you get this huge old, big old box thing. And then you get the sleeve, which they don't do anymore. And then you get this beautiful setup of the guy in the box. But how beautiful is it? Not very. In this corner, you've got your Nendoroid from Good Smile Company, SpongeBob B-Boy. He's number 1926. I guess it's okay when you number stuff, but that's completionists are gonna freak out over collecting all numbers. You definitely get different accessories. You definitely get a different size boy. And then the back of the box of this thing, I've already done a review on this, by the way. This is just gonna be for comparison's sake. So let's move him. Let's get it. Bye. Back of the box, you got some figure shots in action with all his different swappable bits and pieces, and look at that. Now this line, this Nendoroid line, has got to be doing really, really well, because they do tons and tons of characters. SpongeBob is the most accurate to his original design, but this stuff usually looks very chibi in the sense that, like these, where you get the big old heads, tiny bodies, but they do tons of stuff. They have like clothing kits and accessories for figures that already exist. It's pretty wild. But we're here for SpongeBob, and I like the more accurate stuff. I don't want the chibi things because that's, you know, it's like Funko Pops. Give me the more accurate stuff. Let's get him out of that box. Ooh, there's like a sleeve in there, the Krusty Krab, and some instructions. What? Krusty Krab is the pizza. Look at that. That's a great still. There's a plane overhead, and it's very, very loud. Instruction booklet looks like this. You got all kinds of instructions in here. Look at this. Jeez Louise. Tons of things happening here for all the swappable parts. Do we need instructions? Maybe. Sometimes I don't think I need them, and then I'm an idiot. I guess I'm an idiot even before I think that I don't need them. Or after. And after, I'm just an idiot. That's what you got. The Krusty Krab pizza is the pizza for you and me. Are you a goofy goober? Now, when I was in my 20s, I remember going to see the SpongeBob movie, the first SpongeBob movie. Good times. So am I a fan of SpongeBob? Yeah, because I've been a fan since like day one. Now that I finally got this thing open, I am I am so happy with this little guy. He's like the perfect looking SpongeBob. Lots of optional parts here, so we got to figure this thing out. We've got a stand, which is gonna look like that. It plugs into the base here, which has tons of little holes, so you can, well, that's a smart move on their part, because it works with any figure that they make. They only need to make one stand, and then just put it in the box with every figure. And then you got this thing, which is gonna plug into his little back, like that. Boom. You gotta extend it a little bit in an awkward way, but it does work. Now, let's look at all these accessories. We've got, meow. It meowed. No, it didn't. That was me. We've got our little Gary looking pretty nice. He's pretty basic. It's basically just a statue. Nothing happens. The eyes don't move or anything, but it looks good. We've got the Krusty Krab hat, which is crucial. If you're gonna make a SpongeBob character and you don't put this in the box, what are you, Super 7? Yes, they didn't do that. So stupid. You get this alternate hand where the Krabby Patty is attached. It does come off, which is interesting. So I don't know why they put it in the box that way, but whatever. So you got this hand with this peg, which means the burger is going to go in there. But if you don't want to have the Krabby Patty on his hand, you can take it off, which is nice. Sculpt work here. It's very minimal on the coloring, but it works so well. You get this alternate hand, which is here. It's on this little stand, but it's a thumbs up, looking real good. You get one alternate leg, which is this. You can see his little socks. So if you need a bent knee, so you can do some iconic poses, there you go. And then you get a left and a right of this alternate arm plus a fist. So you can obviously take those off, and you get quite a few combinations, all things considered, with all of these. Like, he doesn't articulate a lot. You also get this one. Again, it's on this little stand here, but with his spatula, which is, again, a crucial item if you're gonna build a SpongeBob figure. It is a little loose, which is a bummer, but I think it's gonna be good enough. You get some alternate eyes in the box, so depending on what your setup is here, you just put these things on over his cheekies, like that. But there you go. The paintwork looks fine. It's got little dots in there that you can't really see with your human eyes. And you get this alternate faceplate, which is looking fan-freaking-tastic, man. Now, the only thing is, I would love to see a little more paintwork, especially in his, like, divots and stuff, because that should be a little bit more of an obvious tonal difference between the rest of him. I wish some black outlines would be nice, especially around, like, the cheeks and the mouth, but I don't know. I mean, look, you get it in the right lighting, it looks awesome. Up here, it's a little too bright, so down here, looking good. B-roll is going to be where this thing is going to shine, I think. But you just pop those eyes out from the back side, and then you put the new one in, like that. Pop that out. There you go. Just line up those cheeks, and there he is. He's just looking off to the left a little bit. And you could also do that, which isn't accurate. Obviously, you could also just do like a combination of eyes. Depending on what look like that, he's taking some mushrooms. Before we look at this guy, let's figure out these eyes a little bit more. There's another one, which is kind of like he's irritated a little bit. Like you just said something to him that he's he's crossed. I don't know what I'm saying.
I'm ready.
All right, here we go with our main boy, Mr. SpongeBob SquarePants. These joints are very loose, but he does come with that stand, so I don't know. I've never had one of this brand before, just to know if these joints are typically this loose. But there you go with his arms. So they have some articulation, rotate, and rotation there, but no hinges around the joints. He has no body articulation whatsoever, and then he's got these legs, which just kind of do some basic stuff. Now, we do know we have these optional parts, so we can swap out any leg we want with one of these, and now you can have like a running SpongeBob. I thought maybe I could get some articulation out of this thing so it looked like he was like standing forward. What am I trying to say? I don't know. So you kind of can't do too many poses with the legs here. It still feels like there's more going on here than Super 7. We'll definitely need to compare. And to get this hat to work, how does this happen? The hat is very unique. I thought for sure it would have been a magnet base, but it's not. You just have this little tiny piece of plastic and you gotta smush it in there, which works. I mean, it's super low cost, I'm sure, on their part, but that's such an odd choice. Magnets. I prefer a magnet. If you take his faceplate off, you can just store everything on the inside. Is that just a happy byproduct? Just by chance it works? Well, anyway, amazing.
The Krabby Patty.
All right, this is great. Love it. Let's compare it to the Super 7 one. So you get a lot of accessories over here with Super 7, okay? And it's clearly a massive figure. He does have the extra paint in the divots that make him very sponge-like that you don't get with the nendoroid. But neither of them have black outlines. His eyes always felt a little dead. And the swappable parts are very different. Obviously, the size, that's massive. It's like Sponge Dad and Sponge Baby Boy. I think for shelf reasons, this makes the most sense, and it probably is gonna look really good next to other figures because SpongeBob should be kind of small, not massive. But obviously we don't know. Who knows? Maybe this is a little more accurate to the movie and stuff if you were gonna use him as like a real sponge. I don't know. But his swappable parts are like entire sections on this guy. Instead of cutting it down the middle, they went this route, which is interesting because they went with very different accessories that are still kind of iconic for SpongeBob. But I think if you're gonna do anything and start with SpongeBob, you start with his Krabby Patty accessories, because we never got that with Super 7. Now, the advantage with this Gary is that he comes with a food bowl, I guess. That's a bonus. You get this Bubble Boy, which is completely useless. I hate this thing. You get a net, which is fun. And then you get his bubble stuff, the bottle. You get this extended arm, but you can't remove the hand from it. So that's kind of like, it's silly. SpongeBob is kind of goofy in that sense where things can stretch, so just make the hand swappable. Alternate arms so the elbows are bent. You get this jellyfish and then some random pointing hands and stuff, which is really weird. Like you get this pointing hand and you get this pointing hand, and it's really unnecessary. So they did very strange accessories, $55. He doesn't come with a stand, and then he does have like a little bit of body articulation. Unnecessary, like it doesn't help the figure at all. I think at the end of the day, $55, whichever route you're gonna go, the smart choice is to get this little guy. Even though it's so tiny, There's so many good reasons. This is, I still hate the Super 7 one. If you are a member to this channel, but on Ko-fi, link down in the description, and you're paying the $5 or more a month to be a member there, I do giveaways, and I am very happy to give away something like probably this guy. So join over on Ko-fi, become a member, and you can hang out in Discord, and we can chat it up, and I just send these things out to whoever. If you're international, you just pay the difference of whatever it would be for the US shipping. So let me know down in the comments which one of these SpongeBobs is your favorite, if you were going to get one, or if you did get one, which one did you get? Because when I reviewed him, everybody said review this guy. Well, it's been a year, I think, and I finally have. So if you enjoyed this and you want to see the Super 7 review, then click that top link there. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.